So Twitter is one of those social media sites that an awful lot of organisations don't really know how to use very well. There are 7 different parts to your profile setup, and we'll just take a look at each of them. So we'll start off by looking at the banner image, and the banner image is this image here. You can see the boatman is the image that I have up at the top. And people will only see this when they come and look specifically at your profile. They won't necessarily see it when you put out a tweet. So the banner image can be created in Canva and is 1500 pixels by 500 pixels, but Canva can automatically put in that sizing for you. And again, you're picking something that is representative of you as a brand. The next thing then is your profile picture, and that in this one that you're looking at here, it's the round circle with the fishes in it. So again, remember it's round, so don't have anything important in any of the corners, and you can load a square image 400 by 400 pixels to put that in. The third item then is your profile name. And so here you can see you've got 2 types of names in Twitter. You've got your profile name, which is your full name, and it can have spaces in it. And then you've got your username, your @username, or your Twitter handle is another way of describing that. So the profile name is slightly longer. It's got 20 characters, and the Twitter handle is 15 characters maximum. So to edit any of these items, you can click on Edit Profile over here. Just click on this button here and you can see it takes you in. And you've got your banner image, your profile image, your profile name, and then when you're setting up the account, you set up your Twitter handle as well. In here as well, we've got the bio. And your bio, or your description, another word for that would be description, 160 characters maximum. That you put in there. And also when you're setting it up, you get to put in a single link. So again, here you put in your single link and make sure that you have one that's appropriate in there. The last item, or the 7th item on the list then, is your pinned tweet. So down here you pick a tweet that actually, if anyone's coming to look at your profile, that you think actually would be representative of you, and doesn't matter. This one might stay there for weeks or months or years, so make sure you pick up something that is important and you wouldn't mind being there for a long period of time. So they're the 7 items that you need to set up when you're setting up your Twitter profile. So here I've just laid them all out for you. You've got your banner image, your profile picture, your profile name, your Twitter handle, your bio, your link, and your pinned tweet. So once you have your account set up, you now need to start to interact with people and begin to build your network. So over here in the search area, you can search for particular terms, or you can search for particular hashtags. So hashtags are like an indexing symbol. So I was recently searching for hiking in Ireland. So anybody who had used those terms and had indexed it under hiking in Ireland. So if I click on that there, and that might have been my area of interest, I find people who have used those hashtags. And you can scroll down through them and take a look. For example, Rory O'Donnell might be somebody who's regularly posting on that. And you can think, oh, actually, do you know what? I'm going to start following Rory because Rory's always talking about hiking in Ireland, and I'd like to start to build my network, and I'm going to begin with Rory O'Donnell. So you could start to follow people and then go down through different ones and interact with them. So when you do a search like this, you'll find other service providers, people in the tourism industry who are also posting using those hashtags, but you'll also have potential customers in there. So for example, Connemara in the Sunshine, you could say something about, well, actually, if you think that's good, why don't you come up to Donegal or something, or maybe something slightly less salesy than that, but you can interact with them. Looks very interesting, wonderful views of the sea, and sort of maybe take a look at it from the other side of the bay, and a little bit more subtle in your interaction with them. So the idea on Twitter is to build up your engagement, and I suppose engagement can take 4 different forms on Twitter. First of all, you've got somebody liking it, and so if you found this particular quote here, you could just hit the heart sign, and that means it's liked. Another thing you can do is you can reply to it, and basically you're just putting in a comment on it. And I suppose the 3rd and 4th are kind of in together. When you hit the retweet button, you have a choice to just retweet it directly as is, or actually you can quote retweet. So if you click on that one there, you're now able to put in a comment of your own at the beginning of the retweet, and you can see exactly, you put in your own comment in here. Great shots or something. And then you could put in your own hashtags. And whatever else you wanted to put in it, and then click on tweet. So 4 different types. And again, the more active the engagement, and liking something isn't really an active engagement, commenting or retweeting, and again, making it more public, a retweet of any kind will have higher engagement. Other things you can do is you can mention somebody directly. So if you put in their username, so if you do @ for example, John Brown, then John Brown will get a notification that something has gone in for them. So it's a good way of if you want them to interact with it or to see it, and they then might join in the conversation. So that's just a very quick introduction to how to get yourself set up in Twitter.